All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Achakodash, double honors to their brother, Slakia, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who taught us his truth, honors and salutations to also Seakim, throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in honesty, sincerity, charity, and a sound doctrine. And to the Akwathium and the children that believe on the true names of the Father and the Son, which the name of the Father is Yahweh, he exists, and the name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, he is to deliver. Alright? My name is Ma'aka'Allah. Salakia. My name is Ma'aka'Allah Bungab and Yasharallah with the Watchman Philadelphia camp. And Apostle Tahar did a video that's about a week ago or so. And he said with these countries uniting, that's the beginning of the book of Ezekiel chapter 38. So I just wanted to go over that chapter. So this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 38, starting at verse 1. It says, "And the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, a prophet and prophecy against him." All right, so of course Gog, Magog. That's USSR and Russia. All right. It says, and say, Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. All right, so being as though it's looking like Russia, all right, is guard. Well, basically, is going to get into that, but being as though it look like Russia, it might look like they coming up, which they really not coming up. The Lord is setting up Russia too. All right, they're just being a guard of all these other countries now because that's the way the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemel Shah, ordained it to be. Which is proven it right here in the book of Ezekiel. Which, all right, and this right here, this whole chapter is a cut to them Christians in the church, which talks about, they always say that the Old Testament is done away with. Because that's a bunch of bullshit. Because so basically they wanted to get rid of the prophets, man. And they was them niggas talking about speak smooth things to us, prophesy deceits, tell us lies basically, you know. But Yahweh Shemel Shah, just because Russia looks like they rising up or whatever, doesn't mean that they gonna be the next rulers of this earth, man. The next rulers is gonna be who? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, which is Yasharallah, Israel, the Israelites. We're next, man. Going to the book of Genesis, I believe Genesis, when it talks about when Esau was born, that our hand took hold of his heel, all right, to pull his ass right out of power, you know. But it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and I will, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sort of armor, even the great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. So that's what the Lord's doing now, man. You seeing all these different countries that Russia, he has their back, and they have their back, all right, and all of them have armies, man. You know. Let me bring that again. I'm gonna bring that back. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws." All right. So that's you said the hooks. So that's 2016. It says the hooks put in the jaws of Russia and that's when Russia became the Soviet Union again, and that's what Gorbachev stated. Okay. So it says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, and all thy army, horsemen and horsemen, all of them clothed with sorts of armor, with all sorts of armor, even the great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So yo, man. So you got what's Persia? Persia is Iran, and that's since 1935, right? Which Iran just means nobles, all right. It says and then you also got Ethiopia, you got Libya, which Libya been mad at America since the whole Gaddafi thing. You know, Ethiopia, they already been jacked up, man. You know, because what does it says in the book of Zephaniah? It says, "Ye Ethiopians, ye also will be slain by my sword, man." So all these countries coming together and all that to buck up, not buck up, but to come against America. All of y'all going into slavery, man. All of y'all are going into slavery. You know, hardcore slavery at that, man. Shit ain't gonna be no easy task. All right, it says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So they all coming to war. It says Gomer and all of his bands, which bands are armies, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people. So I believe Togarmah, if I'm not mistaken, is Turkey. All right. Togarmah's Turkey. So let's read that again. And Gomer is France. All right. So you got so Gomer, France, and all his bands. The house of Togarmah, Turkey, of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. All right. So they're gonna have a lot of people with them. Different well, it's telling you, man. All right, it says, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself." Matter of fact, and I just put a video up of it ain't saying nothing about China, but you know, China just they doing a deal where they getting away from the American economy basically, so they linking up with Russia, you know, because America's done, man. This place is honestly 100% through, man. You know, you had a whole what's that? The welfare system. You know, where they giving people double their stamps, and then they're not going to get them next month. All right, which that lets you know that this place is done. Trump don't give a fuck about that, man. He already got his food. He already like he they got the what's that the Department of Agriculture. A few years back, they purchased all this ammunition. You know, they purchased all this ammunition. Why? Because they were preparing for what's going on right now. They were preparing for this moment, man. Because you're going to have people trying to run in places and snatch shit up. And even try to go to the borders of the Department of Agriculture, man. And they're going to gun your ass down. You know? But it says, verse 7 says, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou, Salakia, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." Okay, so that's talking about Russia. Be thou prepared and prepare thyself for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So yo, Russia's going around guarding everybody that America's slapping sanctions on. All right, and yo, they got a missile called the Avant-Garde, which is a French word, which literally means advanced guard, man. It's an advanced guard. So that's spiritual right there. You know? That's how I know everything, all things is spiritual. You know, going from the name to a person that walks this place of the earth, or for the missiles that these people are creating. Because who puts the thought in their head to name it what they name it? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right? Verse 8 says, "And after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years. Thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it Salakia, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. All right. It says, "Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee." So it goes. There it go again. Armies. All right. The word band is armies, man. So they about to, it's about to go down, man. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." So so the Lord's gonna put the thought in these people to do a bunch of wicked ass shit to you Americans, man. You know? Because America, they've been living the high on the hog for too long, man. You know, I ain't gonna say too long because it was all ordained and deemed by who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua power, it shall come to pass that at the same time," so when these people running in like a flood and all that and getting busy and jacking Americans up, which is gonna start over there because what? America is in those people's backyard, man. So the same things that they was doing, to those people over there, they gonna do to the Americans, man. The American army, because they gonna F y'all up, man. I'm gonna say fuck y'all up, man. Alright? It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem power, it shall come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates." So that's talking about America, man. All right. And when it says unwalled villages, that unwalled means no protection. So who doesn't have protection right now? America. Because if you go back to I'm not good with years and all that, but I know it was an arms race between Russia and America. And Russia was busting America's ass at that time. So the Americans they told Russia, they was like, "Listen, if you stop making nuclear missiles, we won't make a defense to counter those missiles, man." You know? So now, and then Russia they even got even more wise with it. They're like, "You know what? We still gonna make a missile. Like you can't even hit it. It just changes direction in midair. So if you try to shoot a missile at it, that joint is gonna flip and move and do what it do, man. And it's going to hit its mark." Which it tells you in what? Second Ezra, I believe, the 16th chapter, when it tells you about how the missiles are going to be shot to one end of the earth to the other end, the arrows, and it's not going to miss its mark, man. You know. So the Lord, that after they start fucking you Americans up over there in their backyard, then they're gonna be like, "Yo, it's time to go over there where them niggas at, man, where their citizens is at, because we fucking their military up." You know. I'm gonna read it again, verse 11. It says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest." So who is at rest right now? You dumbass Americans, because you don't know what's going on and you thinking shit is sweet. So you just chilling at rest like, yo, man, you know what? Our military got it. The military gonna protect us. Can't nobody fuck with the American military. But you out your damn mind, man. You know? Because then obviously you don't read scriptures, man. But yo, Americans, man, they running around now. And then like y'all be talking to people, and they was like, "Yo, man, if I get my stamps twice this month, I'm gonna do this." Then you trying to do something extra. When that might be very well the last time you get some goddamn stamps. Straight up. So you better use it wisely, Because what the scriptures say, rise up you women that are at ease, man. And they're the women are the ones that are at ease right now. You know, even some of you niggas, man, because you live off the fucking woman, man. So you gonna get the same punishment she got coming to her ass. Because you's a bitch ass nigga. You know? It says, and thou shalt say, I will go to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. So that means you ain't going to have no protection at all. All right, verse 12. It says, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. So, yo, man, America going to get jacked up, man. All right, because this place is going to be a desolation, desolate. It says, Sheba, Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil? So that's talking about America, man. They're gonna look at it like, damn, y'all come to take everything from us, you know? But that's what it's coming down to. Because that tells you about the Gurga truth, because America owes all these different countries all this money, man. You look at the USA debt clock, that shit goes on and on and on and on and on, and it keeps going, man. All right? So when they come, they're going to be like, damn, they come over here. And then you go, like, the wicked ain't going to understand what's going on. Only the people that's going to understand about what's going on is the men of the Lord, man. You know? Understand why all these things are happening to this place. All right, verse 14 says, therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thus saith Yahweh shall power, and that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it. Let me read that again. It says, therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thus saith Yahweh shall power, and that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it. So they ain't going to know how to elect it chilling, man. It says, and thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company, and a mighty army. So they coming heavy, man. They coming for war. It says, and thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days which we're living in, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before their eyes. So yo, the Lord's he's allowing all these things to happen why, so he can show his power. Because in that day you're going to get spiritual powers, man. And like a brother, you know, one of the brothers that, you know, he's Men of Valor, the West Coast brother, man. Salakia, man, I forgot the brother's name. But the brother, man, he you know, he was talking about having spiritual powers. And spiritual powers is having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures and to break things down. And that's a low level, of being on a low level spiritual powers. That's not having it physically, it's mentally also, man. You know? It says, thus saith Yahweh shall power, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time, but my servants, the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days many years, that I would bring thee against them. So, yo, we know what's going on, man. The men of the Lord know what's going on. I can tell you, man, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, man, those things are going to happen, man. You know? Those things are going to happen. It says, and this shall come to pass at the same time when God shall come against the land of Israel, saith Yahweh Shemel shall power, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken, surely in that day there shall be a great shaking of the land of Israel, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. And I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith Yahweh Bashem shall power. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. So that's getting into the whole race wars and all that too, man. Every sword, it says, every man's sword shall be against his brother, man. So that's heavy right there, man. We coming into some fucked up times, man. You know? So that's why it's important to stay prayed up, man. And yo, he's supposed to be worshiping Yahweh Hashem outside right now, man. I believe the elect is sealed already. That's why these things are about to come to this place. You know? Because it's what it say, the one scripture says, the angel who was giving him power to say, hurt not the earth, so he was holding back to destroy and win. But this shit is about to happen. So the elect gotta be sealed. Verse 21 says, and I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith Yahweh shall power. Every man's sword shall be against his brother, and I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him, and overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone, man. Yo, that's fucking yo, I'm gonna read that again. It says, and I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will and Salakia and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him, and overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. So yo, man, that's getting into the angels coming back to jack this place up, you know, on the midst of that nuclear calamity. Because yo, America's going to be completely destroyed by other places that the nuclear missiles, wherever on the four corners of the earth, wherever the Israelites are spread at, that's the places that's going to get it the most, man. But America's going to get it the worst, completely destroyed, man. You know, I'm gonna say it again, destroyed. Real rap. Like, that's how it's going down. Y'all about to see me outside not playing, man. Okay? He is not playing. And let's get that word plead. Alright? To judge, govern, vindicate, punish, man. So he's not coming like, yo, please don't. He said, and I will plead against him. Judge against him, man. Alright? Which is Shapach. Shapach. Alright, and hold up. Let's get it. Plead against him with pestilence. Pestilence, plague, murrain cow disease, plague. Alright. Hold up, man. It says pestilence with blood. And I will rain. Yo, man. Yahweh Shemiah Shah is a bad dude, man. He say he's going to rain. Right? These niggas say, make it rain. No, he's going to rain on your ass with that concentrated heat. Same way he did in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Verse 23, this is it right here. It says, thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh by Shai, man. So when that day, when all that shit happens and all this hell, and yo, then that once them thermonuclear wars pop off, and then they look in the sky and see the heavenly angels coming to destroy this place, they gonna know who it is. Just like the scriptures say, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that his name is what? Yahweh. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai. It ain't gonna be no nigga talking about some Allah and that. No, nigga. You ain't gonna be talking about no Jesus Christ no more, man. Cause you gonna know the name. You gonna know who he is. You gonna know who his children are, man. You gonna know who his elect are, man. Like this, yo, we in real serious times, man. So it's time to stop playing fucking games, man, and tighten up, man. Before this shit hits the fan, which is already happening, man. And with that, man, I hope that this lesson was edifying. I hope it made sense, you know. I hope I wasn't rambling too much, you know. And man, I hope this lesson goes the way it need to go to. And with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Outside, by Shem Chakwadas, double honors to the apostles, and I was that great millstone who taught us his truth. Honors and citations to officers say, I came throughout the four corners of the earth laboring, and honesty, sincerity, charity, and sound doctrine, to the Akwafi and the children that believe in the true names of the Father and Son, and death to America. Shalom to the next lesson, Israel.